Welcome back to another Black Girls Den Live, y'all. Oh, this is not the Black Girls Den Salon, or maybe I should keep it as a Black Girls Den Salon. I don't know. We're just having conversations. I didn't even change the banner, child. Didn't even notice. We're going to change it to please subscribe to this channel. And yeah, that's where we're going to go. My name is Alicia. If this is your first time coming here, I am the host of Black Girls Den Podcast, a podcast where we mix media and womanhood together. We post every Wednesday. I have a guest. I don't even know if I should call. Actually, you're a regular. You're not even a guest anymore. I have a regular. Okay, a regular. I would say guest co-host. That's what I would say on my channel, Kiwan. So, if you want to introduce yourself.
I am Q1. I am a YouTuber, Q1 JTV. I review all scripted, all reality TV, as well as a healing segment. And yeah, that's me. I'm your comedic relief YouTuber.
Yes, I love that. Okay. And so today, if you've seen the title of this live, we're really just doing this because we're snowed in. So I'm just doing
Mm-hmm.
a whole weekend of live. So tomorrow we'll be going live talking about girlfriends. I'm actually winding down on all the shows now. Main character Monday. So we'll be going live tomorrow to talk about girlfriends if you're interested in that, where we just discuss main characters. Yesterday I started a new series called the Black Girls Den Salon. We talked about toxic mothers. So, we just have a lot of conversations about Black womanhood, navigating life. And so when I was on TikTok yesterday, I seen this lady talking about how she's a married woman and how she doesn't go on girls trips. And we're just going to talk about that. But first, if you are on TikTok or if you are on TikTok, shout out to Romeo, a girl. Allegedly, she got $2 million for doing a jingle for
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper, like Dr. Pepper, baby, it's good and nice. Doo-doo-doo. So I was like, I need to do something fun. I was like, I need to do something fun so I can promote my podcast, right? So we're gonna do a little jingle, but we're gonna add a little, a little. So we're gonna do a call and response. If you know call and responses, that means I say something, you say something, and then we'll say it together. So I'm gonna say it, then I'm gonna have Kiwan say it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what to say, and then we're gonna do it together. Just a little fun razzle dazzle, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna say Black Girls Den, and then you say a place to be zen. Ready? So
Mm-hmm.
Black Girls Den,
A place to be in.
and I'm gonna say who you gonna find, and then you're gonna say friends till the end. Okay,
Okay.
ready? We're gonna try.
Yes.
So Black Girls Den,
A place to be in.
who you gonna find?
Wait, what? Here's the last one, friends.
Till the end.
Friends to the. I'm sorry. We can do it again. Let's do it again.
Black girls, then
A place to be in.
who you gonna find?
Friends to the
Woo
end.
woo. Okay, we working on it, but that's a little
Yeah,
jingle.
we definitely ready.
We figured it out today, so we gonna work on it. But yes, friends to the end. Come here, chop it up. We're gonna be friends and we're gonna chat. So yes, hopefully you're doing great on this Sunday wherever you watching that. I thought about doing something with Sunday, try to play off like Sunday school or something like that. I'm not really, I don't really know what to do, but this is lessons from the den. This is what we're gonna call it. If I keep it on Sundays or not, but it's just life lessons. We just talk about different things, and where we build community. So we're going to start with the TikTok of how this all got started. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna share it.
Someone who's married, I don't think I would ever go on a girls' trip. And if I do, I don't think it would. I can't imagine myself ever going on a girls' trip, like a girls' date night. Maybe a girls' weekend away or something, but a 4 or 5 day girls' trip outside of the country, away from my husband and my child, that simply just does not sound appetizing to me at all. Like, I'm good with a date night. Nobody takes as good care of me as my husband does. I am not comfortable with anyone the way I'm comfortable with my husband. and I want to be with my husband and child. I don't want to sleep in a bed that is not with him and with my kid. Like, I don't know, maybe I need more time in marriage or something, but going on a girls trip while married and having my own family, it doesn't sound fun to me. It actually sounds a little miserable.
So that's the first one. I really wish that I would have gotten her second video and shared it because that had more honesty in it too. But what do you think about when you see that video?
I think she is tripping. I think she doesn't have a personal identity. I think it was like one of the ladies said, her identity is tied into being a mom and being a wife. And that is not okay, because before you were a mom and a wife, you were an individual. And it screams, do you even have friends? Like, I want to know if you have friends like that, like, you
Like,
should want to get away from, like, what is it just, it for me, that's what it feels.
mhm,
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't do women who all my man is all I have, because when the chips are
mhm.
down and when something happens, guess what you do? You want to call on everybody else to listen to you while you cry. No, go find another man to do that with. I'm sorry, I hate
Go
to be that
find.
crass, but yeah, no, I don't come and use me when it's beneficial. If we're gonna take it a little step further, don't utilize me when it's beneficial for you. Be with your man, your man, your man. We are always happy about that, but it does raises questions like, what is the real dynamic of y'all relationship, to the point that you can't take 4 or 5 days to be with your friends and have
Mhm.
a really good time. Like, are I just have questions. Like, are you that type of woman that's married and only feel like you have to hang around married people, which I think is full of crap as well, because everybody single ain't out here plowing around. Okay, we not everybody not doing that, you know. So it just raises a lot of questions. And again, I can't be mad at her for her stance. That's
Mhm.
one thing. Like, typically, as the listeners and as viewers, we tend to get mad at people for what they say, but that is their truth. That is their life.
Mhm.
That is their journey. We can't get mad. We can make an opinion, but again, our opinion doesn't matter. However, it just raises a lot of questions, especially she looks like a really young wife and a really young mother who has, again, no identity except for being a wife and a mother. And I'm pretty sure she
Hey.
hi very she comes seems, just my opinion, seems
Mhm.
a bit judgy. And
Mm.
it's just on in my everyday life, but it's like you have to find balance and space for you, and it is okay if you do those things. It doesn't make you less of a wife or any less of a mother.
That's true. I have a couple opinions or different perspectives. One, I do understand we cannot get mad at her about her opinion, but sometimes when you post things like this, um, it breeds communication. Like it brings negativity to marriage.
You think so?
Yes, because saying
Okay.
like because her thing says girls trips. The title of her thing says girls trips for married, like for married women, and
Hmm.
basically like saying like if I'm she's basically saying why should I go on a girls trip if I'm married?
That
And
is crazy.
so yeah, so that's basically what she's saying. So if people are married, they might then like fall into that trap. Like I shouldn't leave my family. I shouldn't, be able to have a free day. I shouldn't feel I should feel guilty if I leave my family. And so a couple of her videos I've watched, like when she's very young in Christ, she's growing her relationship with God. I'm not saying that as a negativity, nothing negative,
Explains
but she's
everything.
talking about that, and she's a stay-at-home mom. She said, "Girl Ship for married women." She said, she's like, let me know what you think. But you're coming out of it as in like your husband takes care of you.
Mm-hmm.
The trip is not about being taken care of.
Yeah,
It's
no.
about having fun and being with your friends and like making other memories so you could talk about stuff with your man.
Mm-hmm.
And then another video, she was talking about how she was boring before marriage. And I was like, honey, you should have led with that because no shade, no tea. If you were already boring, you probably weren't doing girl trips anyways. I'm doing girl trips, so I'm going to do girl trips while I'm married.
Yeah.
So you have to like preface, and that's why people always saying they like to say like, oh, I don't see why I can be around my daughter. I can't like be away from my daughter or my husband, stuff like that. Like I want to lay with him. The whole thing about going on a girl trip is to have fun, to experience what life brings. So if you already weren't traveling, of course you're not going to travel when you're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's you specifically. So when you add on like because I'm married, that looks like to other married people like, oh, that's why I was saying that it can get them like, oh, well, should I be traveling because I'm married? Yes, girl, because you've been traveling. You shouldn't have to change what you do because you are married. We're talking about a TikTok creator, Jayn, Jayn. We just played a video. She was talking about how she doesn't go on girl trips married. And then so like her whole reason was like it because she's
Married.
yeah, she's married and nobody takes care of her like her husband. Well, it's like, okay, that's great, right? But if your husband was to, Lord forbid, if he was to cheat on you, if something was to happen to him, if you got tired of him, or even if y'all got a divorce, who you gonna be calling? Your friends. And so I feel like a lot of married women, I talked about this in another podcast episode, they be forgetting about when they weren't married. They be forgetting about that community. Because when you weren't married, you were looking for friends you were wanting to hang out with, unless you were just a loner. Like you want a community when you were single. So you still need to foster that community when you are in a marriage. And I feel like sometimes people lack that. Like this girl, she put on threads, like she's like, I want to make friends now. She's like, I was so focused on my man, that now I want genuine friends. And now people are like, well, don't come to us now that like you want your friends or whatever. And she's like, and then she got upset. She's like, whoa, this is how y'all treat me. She's like, I'll just be good with my man. And it's like, yeah, you have fun with your man, that's cool all the time. But it's like if you're not nourishing those relationships, don't be coming back and forth.
Yeah.
You want friends now.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where we're like also talking about like that's why people are lacking community, because as soon as the girls get married, they be acting like they can't be friends with their single friends no more.
Right. Because it feels like people put a stigma out there that, and it's even, especially within the churches, there is a stigma of married people should only be around married people. And I do feel like when you do that, when you single yourself out, which I feel like it's BS. I feel like you single yourself out. You try to single. I'm gonna reword this, but I don't like the narrative of married people only being around married people, having dinner with married couples, or they shouldn't, because somehow you may think your partner is probably gonna backslide or whatnot, and all of the things. It's just or it could be a reminder to a partner that, oh my God, I really want to be single. It's just like rhetoric like that aggravates me, because for me, if everybody and anybody around me can be married, I'm going to absolutely be happy for them. You know where I stand. I don't see it for marriage. Okay. I don't, and I'm okay with that. But if you're in a great marriage, I applaud that. I feel like everybody should be getting something equal. Like I feel like everybody should be benefiting from the marriage, not just one person. And if you're not benefiting, man or woman, if you're not benefiting, and mostly it's the woman that's doing everything, where the male is actually benefiting. However, if you are not benefiting, if you're being hurt all the time, if you're not being heard, if you are being put down, anything where you are not growing and your marriage isn't growing, I'm that kind of person that's going to be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Like, and if you be like, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm with it. Whatever you with, I'm with. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, just stay. No, so you can be miserable. I never want anybody to be miserable in a situation.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just, because I don't see it for marriage, that doesn't mean like I have to make everybody else not see it. No, that's just me. Me, I don't see it.
Yeah.
However, I will big you up. I will applaud y'all. I will go along to get along. Even if I don't like your spouse, I'm going to go along to get along because it's something about your spouse that you may like.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like strong and my man, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But what you will not do for me is when the chips are down, that's the only time I see you. I know somebody like that personally. Like,
Did you cut them off, or did you cut them off?
I absolutely do. Get out of my face. I don't have nothing for you. I have nothing for you but a high and a buy. Like, I get it.
Though. Oh no, Kawan, I was waiting for you. You can finish.
Oh, I was done. I was saying, I just don't, because I feel like just like a woman wants to, once they're done with their person or something happened and they don't have their person no more, then they want everybody else to rally around them. That's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair for you to utilize us. But when you're in it, you act like you don't see us, and we want the best for you. But I'm pretty sure those things happen because the woman talks about her friends to that man. I believe that with everything in me.
Yes.
And they make excuses as to why I have to be under. I don't.
I had the most intimate conversations. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been with women, so I agree with cultivating those friendships.
Very.
Yes, and Lakeisha, your profile picture is so cute.
Beautiful.
Girl. I love it. Yeah, it's so cute. I was going to say, I never really liked that narrative of like, married people can't hang around with their single friends, or like they try to change, like, oh, it's different. I do think that you're going to get more friendships or be around more people because you are married. And so, like, you have a couple date nights, you have marriage, even marriage ministry in churches. Like, there's marriage ministry, but it's like, is there single ministries in church and stuff like that? So
not a lot.
I think you can have more friendships, but I don't think you have to single out your friends, or like when dudes are like, oh no, who's going on a trip? Are they single? Just because people are single does not mean, it's more about your character. Like, if I know my friend is married, why would I be like, girl, let's go find some dudes in another country? Like, I wouldn't do that. Like,
I
mean, if my friend is single, we're gonna go to the bar, we're gonna go out. But if you have a man, like, I'm not gonna be like, okay, yeah, girl, let's go see these dudes. Now, well, I said, well, I go to Nick on the raft. I'll do that, but I'm not gonna be out here saying like, oh yeah, let's go and find dudes in the country. Like, I'm not doing that. That goes to who the character is. And so if you're nervous about the character of the person, then you need to look at who you marry, not who she hangs out with, because that's going to go hand in hand.
That's true.
Yes, Lakeisha said thank you.
You're welcome. You're such a beauty.
So we're going to do the next video. This is just a follow up from this one, but that's what we have to say about her. And so people who are just married, she gonna come in 5 years and say something else, whatever. But she was talking about how she wants to be around more like godly community people or whatever. I'm thinking more married people, but it's like she's in that zone, and you're gonna find your people in that marriage community. But also, I think that she just might not have had friends before she got married, and she didn't do those things all right. I think you should just preface that when you're saying something, and not just do like a blanket statement of I won't do this. I would never influence my married friends to do what I do.
Right. We don't, like, we're not trying to do that. It's just only time I will step in verbally is if there is some hurt and pain going on. And if you're constantly, complaining, and my question would be like, okay, why do you stay? What are you gonna do? Like, I can tell you till you blue in the face, but I'm here. That's it.
Okay, here's the
To me, it
second
just
video.
sounds like you don't have any genuine friendships in your life, and that's why you won't go on a girls trip while you're married. And I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but the woman is basically saying because she's married and nobody takes care of her like her husband does, and she doesn't want to lay in a bed that her husband's not in, she will not go on a girls trip. And I don't know, my takeaway from that is you probably don't have like real friends that make you want to just maintain some individuality about yourself, because my homegirls love them down. They are the one of the greatest parts of my life, honestly. And they having a birthday, a bachelorette or something, I'm going to be there. Yes, I'm going on that girls trip. My husband will be fine. My baby boy will be fine. Like, I feel like if she had said any other reason than those that she listed in that video, I may have understood. But that particular video, it just sounds like nobody makes it worth your while to go. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with going on a girls trip.
Yes. Okay, here's another one right after this one. I feel like this one goes with it a little bit too.
Girls catching a lot of backlash because she said the idea of a girls trip for multiple days being away from her husband and her child, it just sounds miserable because he would not be around to take care of her, and it just does not sound fun to her. And that's where she lost me, because if you was gonna say what everybody else say, that y'all be on here doing story times, videoing your friends in the worst predicaments, fighting on girls trips, then I would back you. But the fact that you're inserting the fact that you can't bring him along with you to spend time with your core group of friends is a little weird, not gonna lie. Now, if you just don't have those friends, like they just don't exist, then I get it. Why would you go on a girls trip? Having girls is part of the requirement. You know what I mean? Like, who are you going with? But if that is not the case, what a weird way to tell your friends that they were just placeholders in your life for so many years. Because damn, I can't just be your friend now and only your friend now that you have a husband? You can't hang out with me for multiple days in a row because you have a husband? Not saying should be an everyday or every week thing, but damn, we can't take a trip for my birthday without your husband? I can't invite you no more? Yikes. I was a stand-in. Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, now she was like, I could do dinners, I could do weekends, I could do. So I'm like, why are you bringing your kid to the dinner? Like, is you bringing your kid to the weekend? I'm so confused. Like,
Yeah, it's given. What do they call them? Married single mothers.
I mean, oh yeah, she's a stay-at-home mom too. So I mean, I don't know.
Like it sounds as if he's not hands-on and she's always hands-on. And I could never sign up for that. But hey, to each his own, because a lot of people, it makes sense for a lot of people to be, stay-at-home moms.
Did she say what, Lakeisha? It says she twice. Yeah, there's single married mothers, and then there's
that's what it sounds like. And she was saying going on a trip. I guess what didn't make sense to me when she said her going on a trip, her husband not being able to take care of her. And I'm just like, what does your husband taking care of you has to do with you going on a girls trip? Like, I found that confusing.
She wants to be in the bed with her husband, I guess. I think.
Oh, I mean, I get that. I do. I get that. Like, I don't want to be cooped up, with such and such, but it's okay to.
But she act like it's like every day, like it's fine. Right. It's not. Girls trips don't even be no longer than 5 days. It really be a weekend for real.
Yeah.
It's like, but then also too, it's like you don't want to celebrate your friend's birthday, and not that you don't have it. So that's a whole other thing when you don't have the money. But it's like you don't celebrate your girl's birthday. Like you don't want to hang out with your friends. Like let's have fun. Like forget your mom, but forget responsibilities and just like let loose. It's just like come on. But also, it just depends on what type of friends you have. I don't know.
Right. And let's say she do have friends. And I'm pretty sure if we can combine that with the people in the church, they have absolutely told her, the people around her, she hangs around older people. I already know older married people who told her, don't let nobody come in between you and your covenant. Or, your husband and your child is more important than your friends. And it's like, that is terrible advice if you're giving that. to her, like that is absolutely terrible advice. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I just feel like, telling a young person that, telling them to give up all autonomy in their independence, like giving up all autonomy in their independence is not okay.
Because then, and I'm not wishing this on her, I'm not saying that, because then, well, this girl, 5 years later, this girl, her man was cheating on her. She ended up, now she's a single mother. She was married, she had the kid and everything. It's like, so something happens to you, you're gonna be a single mother, or you're gonna be out there by yourself. Are they gonna help you? No. I seen this on Threads, so I wanted to share this because I shared this earlier, and it's just talking about how people put all they married. They be like, don't worry about married people business, don't worry about, but y'all be putting y'all married business out on here. We wouldn't have known you was married. We wouldn't have known anything. We can't be in your marriage unless you invite us.
Right.
So I go to Threads, and this is anonymous, but this girl said, 5 years of marriage, no kids. I've been constantly treating STDs because my husband won't stop cheating. My parents are pushing me to make it work, but I can't carry a marriage by myself. I just tested positive for another STD yesterday. My spirit is broken. I'm done. And that's still kind of what you're saying. Like, people will tell you, my parents, are they married? What did they do? Why are we constantly trying to have to hold on to something that is not working for us? Like, we have autonomy and we need to be rolled ourselves. If a man can't, maybe look, that's the sign. If you keep getting STDs and you don't even have kids and the man keep cheating on you,
you can go. You can absolutely go. And the hell with your parents. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a tribe. I don't know. I hope she have a tribe.
But to your point, though, the tribe could still be telling her, like, oh, it's just cheating. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, women do not protect themselves. Like, glad she's getting an STD test or whatever. It's like, and then women need to protect herself. I should have talked about this, but I forgot about it, and I decided to do this one. But like, if we even talk about what's her name? Evelyn's daughter, Shanice. Shanice got pregnant by the game. There's this whole podcast episode out there. She's like, she said, well, y'all, we need to change the subject, because she's like, you were talking about having babies on the first day. On the first day, you were talking about having kids, and he was like, I'm a man. If I see a baddie, I'm going to I want to have a baby by her. And I was like, that's literally what he said. And I'm like, you're all like, oh, he wants to have a baby. I mean, no. He just is talking about babies because that gets you hype, but you don't know how to women don't protect themselves. And now you're sitting here across from a baby daddy. You're his third baby dad, his third baby mama. What did you think? And I'm like, women don't protect themselves, and they sit there and they look crazy because you could have gotten the A word, but you didn't want to get the A word. But now you're sitting here mad and you're sad and you're like, oh, I thought we were going to be a family. Just because do say whatever they want to say. Just because he told you that he wanted to have kids, he's just talking to you because he know you want kids. And the game literally said, if men see a fine woman, basically what they gonna do, they gonna trap her. And I'm like, and you fell into the trap. And it's so sad. And it be all these bird women. That's what I'm gonna start calling them. I'm not gonna call them male center, but I'm like,
and male centered, we can.
Yeah, that's my next topic. Is like, male center women or bird women should not have kids, because then look what happens. So now you're sitting here, oh, I got this pretty baby, but now you're miserable because I heard that now allegedly, like, she left this soccer player, he moved away, but like now you're sitting here in your 30s with a baby daddy that's in his 40s, and like, girl, what are you doing? Now you sad trembling on a podcast. I wouldn't even brought him on my podcast because we're not talking about that. But I'm like, too many times women be getting caught up in like, oh, this, oh, that. Like, girl, just have fun with him. Like, even if we talk about Cardi B, right? Girl, just have fun. You don't have to have a baby. You don't have to have a baby with everybody you are with.
That is crazy. And then if we're still talking about that, about the trappings of, or, we can talk about that interview with Ryan. I forgot his last name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was talking about his daughter being the provider thing. I didn't even get into that. We need to cancel Shannon Sharp, cancel all that. So I didn't even watch it or listen to it, but you can talk about it.
When he was talking, he said that his relationship with his 10-year-old daughter is basically transactional. When you said the lady told you she did not want to have kids, you begged this lady, practically asked this lady to have kids. This lady had a kid for you, and you left. She didn't want kids. He said that. He was like, she didn't want kids, but I wanted one. But she had one for me, even though she didn't want one. And I left to go pursue my comedy. And you're a dad that's never around. So you have created a transactional relationship. Let's start there. So I was just
let's start back that she didn't want a baby. Women need to quit having kids for men if you don't want that. And that's what I'm saying. That's gonna be a whole other conversation now. Why ain't nobody talking about that? Everybody mad because he said it was transactional, which I don't understand that, but they were saying that he was saying that it changed, but he was saying that he was upset because it changed, but he left to do that. And they were like, oh, this one dude was like, well, they call the daddy to ask questions. Well, if he's not there, he bringing in money. So of course she's gonna ask him money. And also she's 10. So what? She's under 18. You wanted her.
She can't go get a job.
You can take her with you on the road. You wanted her.
Yeah, and he didn't because he left him with the mom. But it was how he painted it. You're trying to convince us that you're just this great dad. And again, you left to pursue your comedy, but you left her all together. Left her. And not only that, you try to make it seem like only time your kid wants you is if the only time kids are like that. Kids don't call, they don't pick up the phone. You as the adult
dad
pursue the relationship with your child.
Exactly.
But no, they think since they're the parent, they're supposed to build a relationship with the kids. Are supposed to be the builders. No, she is not a builder. And you're talking about, she just wants something. Okay, so she doesn't have a job. She's only 10. She cannot go out and get a job. So for me, that right there is some BS.
Did you watch the whole video? Did you watch the whole thing?
I listened to the whole thing. I was on somebody else. But I was just, the person I was listening to, she was like taking bits of it and then kind of spinning her own,
Okay, because I was hearing that he was saying that he was talking about his daughter just wants a provider, but I guess he was saying that he realized that he was there at first, and then he was like, it was hurting him that when he left, then he was more looked at as a provider or whatever. And so I don't watch Shannon Sharpe. I don't watch it. I'm not listening to none of that. But I was like, he was saying, I think someone was like, oh no, he's just saying that how it hurt his feelings that their relationship changed because he left. But my whole thing is y'all are focusing on that and not the part where he said that woman didn't even want a kid. So now she's out here being a single mother, taking care of this kid. And I don't know why parents think that, of course, when you get older, you can call them, but at the end of the day, you're supposed to build that relationship with them. Y'all be trying to have relationships with them. But that goes back to myself about protecting you and yourself. If you don't want a kid, especially if you're not married, but sometimes even in marriage, men will trap you with kids. And so that's another thing too. But it's like, if you are not married, why are you even letting this man impregnate you? Especially if you did not want no kid. Now I need to hear that. Nobody ain't talking about that part of the podcast episode.
She did it for him. She talked. I think they had a conversation or something. I want to say that. I don't want to lie, and I don't want to twist anybody's words. But he said it out of his mouth. She did not. She said that she didn't want a kid, but she had the kid for me because I wanted the kid, and then I left. I had to leave, and I don't know if it was for like job purposes or he just didn't want to be in that space anymore. That I don't recall. But
his rights would have been signed over to him. Full custody, baby.
He said he left. And it's a lot, even with the game. I was watching that and watching how he just kept telling Evelyn, she's just so beautiful. And I'm like, but your baby mama sitting right there.
You want me with Evelyn? And Evelyn just smiling, and that girl is hurt. She's hurt. She's crushed because she does not probably even know how to date, or she was dating, and then she got a baby because she didn't have no baby with that soccer player. And I'm like, why are we watching this? I was like, I could not watch all this.
It was crazy.
I would not watch that. And they're like, bring it back for part 2. He literally told you that he just had a baby by you because you were fine. Yep. And that's what I'm saying. That's why all these smart, they be smart, they be people, but they be getting trapped because they just think you fine. And they're literally just looking at you just to have a baby by you. That's all they care about. No,
this right here.
I'm trying.
Please don't change your mind.
I've met men who have tried to change my mind, Elena. Oh, you don't want kids at all? are you just saying that you don't have kids? Are they trying to change your mind to have the kid?
She child free, so it seems like it sounds like she's saying she don't have any, and they're trying to change her mind too.
No, I know she doesn't. No, I know she doesn't have any kids. I'm saying, are they trying to make you have? Well, not make you, but like, are they asking you to have their kid? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'm child free too, but I do want kids though. But I'm not gonna have kids because you want me to have your kid. Like, that's not cute to me. So many dudes are just like, oh, you look so cute. Like, are they be like, oh, I want you to have my baby? That's not a compliment to me.
It's really not.
Somebody I never want. Okay, so they're trying to change your mind to have kids. Okay, yeah. No, you can't change your mind. And even like that with dudes, like, oh my, it's really interesting because I met this guy. I didn't think he was gonna be my husband or nothing, but I met this guy. I was talking to him, and we're just having a conversation. So it's like, okay, do you want kids, right? And then he said no, and I was like, oh, I do want kids, and he's like, oh, okay, like whatever. And something we were talking about it, and I was like, I just asked like, why don't you want to have kids or whatever? Like, why do you want to have kids? And then I asked something, and he told me the reason why he broke up with his ex was because they didn't want kids. Then she ended up wanting kids. And my friends were like, "Oh no, you should still talk to him. Like, he's a nice guy. He had a nice job. He had like this or that." I was like, "Okay, like, and he's cool." But I was like, "There's no way I'm not going to try to change nobody. Like, you just can't change people." They're like, you should try to talk to him still or whatever. Because he might change his mind. No, if he broke up with somebody else because he don't want kids, he doesn't want kids. And I'm like, that's why like people be living in delusion. Like you could change him. No, I can't make nobody have kids. And then if I have the kids and something happened, I'm like, I never wanted kids. And I'm like, people gotta quit living like that. And then another time, this dude, like Christmas is my favorite holiday. This dude was like, oh, I don't celebrate Christmas or whatever. And I know my friend, she was like, oh, you know what? He might celebrate Christmas for you. I'm like, no. Another story, he told me that like his ex had it or whatever. And I was like, no, like I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to celebrate Christmas. I'm going to find a dude that wants to celebrate Christmas and have Christmas. You can't live in this delusion of like, oh, you can change people. You might can change people's minds about like, okay, I don't like coffee now. I might could drink coffee later, right? But people be standing on like, people be standing on like what they believe in and what they don't. You can't change people's mind on that. And I'm like, I'm not going to change nobody's mind on if they want kids or not because I don't want to be left with the kid by myself. I want to have the family unit with kids. Kids are such a big decision. I'm not going to change nobody on that. And if I want to celebrate Christmas, have family over Christmas, if a man doesn't celebrate, I'm not changing him for that. And so, like people, and like we need to really quit trying to change. People are like, we can change their mind. You can't change nobody. You can't really change how they think or their thought process. Like they're not anymore. And so I'm like, we need to quit living in delusion. We need to be like, boom, 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 boom. Like we need to kind of set it straight. These are lessons from the.
I want women to protect their womb.
Yes.
When Miss Lakeisha said, I'm gonna call you Miss Lakeisha. Miss Lakeisha said that she stand firm on it, that she don't want any kids. That is okay. And because it's hard. And people will say, oh, motherhood is a blessing. No, that shit was ghetto. Okay. My daughter is 19, my son is 23. And I've been through the been-throughs. It's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. They both have the same father, but it was just me. He lives in another state. And we had a conversation before I moved out here. I was like, hey, do you want me to stay or go? He said, So that meant let me come out here to Texas with my family. And that's what I did. And I had to learn how to raise 2 kids by myself. And it was a thing. It was a hard thing though, but it's not always easy. And I really thank God for my family. I don't think anybody should bring anybody in this world that they just don't want to. And I don't think other people should be minding another person's womb at all. Don't ask these people why you don't want it. They don't want to, and that should be enough. Don't tell them, oh, you should have kids. No, stop doing that. I don't. I wish. I just never wanted.
You never.
No, absolutely not.
Oh my gosh. Well, I ask dudes. I would say that I don't really ask women why they don't want kids, but I will ask a dude like, "Oh, why don't you want kids?" Because a lot of dudes they do want kids. So I'm just like, "Oh, it's different." So I'm like, "Oh, why don't you want kids or whatever?" And so he told me the reason why. I was like, "Oh, okay." Period. Like you said, I'm from on my decision. It's a deal breaker for me. Um, yeah, I was gonna ask you, but I didn't want to get too personal. But I was gonna be like, do you feel like if it was different, because I know you moved to Dallas or whatever, like you're saying, but I was like, do you feel like it'd have been different of your experience if you was married and maybe like y'all moved together, or that like it's kind of like your experience with motherhood is why you're like it's ghetto?
It would have been different if he would have been if I would have had a guy that was hands on
Mm-hmm.
and
But then
good.
you want kids
And I
before?
would, well, not more. I only when I did, I
No,
only
no, I'm
wanted
saying that
one.
when he wanted kids, he like asked you because you told him that you didn't want no kids. But
No, I
oh,
never even thought about it. I just did it, and that's when it happened. I was like, but that was me. I was 19. I wasn't like,
oh,
learning that, and they tell you that the A word was bad and that you're gonna go to Hades. And I mean, I was a firm believer of the A word.
oh, okay. And then
I did it
you had
twice.
your son, then your daughter, then your son.
I had my son, two, and then my daughter.
Okay. But are
Yeah.
you still 2 years or something?
No, I have four. I was
Oh,
Yeah, four. My son is the first and my daughter is the last. They know. My daughter knows though.
oh, you had two in between.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know what you were saying. Okay, okay, okay. I get what you're saying.
I have two
But
in between. For the same person, but still, I just,
oh, they were the A words. That's what you're saying.
yep.
Oh, okay, okay. So you had a belief, but then you kind of you let go of that belief.
No, I just didn't want more. I was just like, ugh, no. I'm telling you, my whole mindset was like, yeah, no, I didn't want any more. I just,
Oh.
but I
But you
wasn't,
told about your daughter too late then, didn't you?
no, I just didn't have it to do it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. And after that, I got my tubes clipped and burned. So after I had her, my tubes been clipped and burned for like 19 years.
I'm
Um,
not laughing when I'm laughing at how you're saying it.
I don't want any. And I am going to um have a ablation. So I'm gonna really secure that I don't want anymore.
Mhm.
I'm 43. I don't want
Yeah.
any.
People assume I don't want kids because something traumatic happened to me as a child, but even if it did, there's a million other why I don't want any. Plus, it's
Right.
my choice. Period. My body made choice.
Right.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
make it seem like you can't have a choice to do it or whatever. But yeah, this whole man trapping thing is really real, and it's sad. Like it's
Right.
unfortunate in your situation, and then they don't even help with the kids. That I would have signed my rights, and the kids would have been right with him if I didn't want any. But yeah, but and now he said what?
They do not.
Oh,
I mean, literally, even if you could have been, even where where he is, you still could have been hands on. I would have been okay with it. I made sure that they had relationships. I made sure they go for the summer. It was just a lot. And I get it. Like when women say, I tell them good for them because it shifts your life and you have to
mm.
pay for daycare. You have to find babysitters. It just turns your life around, you
And
know?
that's why I'm like, I don't know. People are single. This girl actually, she's a single mom by choice, and
Yeah.
she did it through what is it? It's not fertility. Like she did it through going
IVF or
IVF. No, but what's the sperm bank? Is that IVF? I don't know. Honestly, she did it through sperm
oh,
bank.
I think
I don't know if it's IVF. I think it's sperm bank. Like she just went and got a
yeah.
sperm donor. So yeah. And so I'm like, whoo, child, shout out to you. Cause I'm like, I do not want to do it alone. I know things happen, stuff like that, but like it's so much in it. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, it comes to the mom. But I also don't like that because it shifts the we're getting off topic though, but it shifts the responsibility from the dude who be wanting all the dang kids and they don't even want to be taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
And that's why if you marry, you should take a girls trip because you need a break.
And
Like you
protect yourself at all costs. You have to
protect
protect
your
yourself.
womb. Literally, I'm like, I
Your
don't know.
body and everything.
I thought about it before. Like, I was like, I want to start like a nonprofit or something like that. Like, women need to protect their rooms because at this point, they can trap you, they can leave. Like, we literally giving examples of two people. Just think about this: probably 2 million people out here. Like, they are really trapping women. And baby, one thing I will not be is trapped. Okay.
Mhm.
It's like, no, like hold these people accountable. And it's like, oh, they'll be like, oh, just take care of them. Just take no, men need to be held accountable. And that's the reason why they could do whatever they want to do because they're never held accountable.
Mm.
Their mamas be taking care of their kids, their aunties, their sisters. No, you need to take care of the child. You have
Absolutely.
that.
That's why I don't in this branch. If y'all can't take care of yourselves, please don't bring no kids in this world. Please don't. Like, I don't want to be. If you're having a baby, that means you probably is off on your own, financially stable with your person or however the dynamics of your situation. But I'm not trying to be here and kids. And I no, absolutely not. No.
Yeah, and I actually do want kids, but it kind of gets scarier. And I would say that it gets a little traumatizing now because social media is like, dang, I really want kids? But it's like, do I really want kids? Because like when you see all these stories and stuff like that about people getting cheated on, men leave, and like, that's a part of it. Then there's a part of like, okay, this was like, you never really know people put online, honestly. But it's like, that's the traumatic part about it is like, you don't know what's going to happen, what you're going to get because men change and stuff like this and all that. So it's like you just never know what's going to really happen and how it goes forward. And like that's the part of like everything is unknown.
What's really scary, what I'm seeing now is the high rate in kids that have special needs. I don't know what that's like, but I'm assuming that's hard for a lot of women. And a lot of women will say, there are a lot of women who have special needs kids. A lot of them are single parents.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I've seen videos where you have women crying and, or you don't know who you're having a baby for. Like you really have to learn that person and learn their family dynamics.
And that's how we'll be married within, not married, I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to cut you off. But that's when people get pregnant with under a year of dating somebody, I'd be like, what? You don't even know this man. You just got pregnant. How are you getting pregnant so quickly? But I've seen this lady who's had like a couple of special needs kids, and she's married though, but she's like, I feel like this is my assignment. I'm like, I understand that you think that it's your assignment to take care of the kids, but you have to think one day you are going to leave this earth. So you're setting up these kids for failure, kind of. I don't want to say all the way, but like when you leave, what's going to happen to them? Somebody else is going to take care of them. What's going to go on? Like when they're like very, very special needs. I'm not talking about like as in,
like autistic.
Yeah, I'm not talking about because I don't necessarily know if autism is special. It's special needs, but I mean like where you can't like where kids are in wheelchair. That's like when they're in wheelchairs, they can't talk. Like you have to they have to have 24/7 care. You're setting them up for failure when you leave this earth. Just have them. Like I get you can serve them. And also another thing that I've been thinking about lately, when you think about the Bible and you think about having kids and you think about being fruitful and multiply, your job kind of does. We can go back to like the marriage thing because your job is to serve these kids. You have to serve your family. Like these kids, how you were saying, your whole life changes. You have to serve these children. You brought them here on earth. You have to cook, clean. Like you're here to basically service your children. So it can take a lot of mental load. It can take a lot of time, like physical. So it's just like, how do you prepare for that? Like when you really think about it. And that's why I think, but like when they be like, oh, kick your kids out of 18. People be kicking their kids out of 18. I'm like, oh, you grown, you this. Like you had me. You chose to have kids. Like you should be servicing me my whole entire life, honestly. Like you chose to bring me into this world. So if you don't feel like you want to service your kids or you don't feel like you want to have that, then should you really be having kids?
Now, at a point, they should be out the door. But at 8, no, my son 23 and still here.
It's a service. This is a service that you brought. You brought this service on here. They didn't.
Oh, you mean for like the special? Yeah, because all their life.
I was being funny, but I wasn't being funny about the serving thing. But I'm like, you service. I don't think that, you know, before it was like kicking out 18. Now people are going to college, but like even like you're here to service your kid, like you're here to help your kids. So to be like so nasty and rude and like just even like that, being nasty and rude and talking about your kids and stuff, like you're here to be a service of your kids. You chose to have them. Why would you want to kick them out? Why would you want, like, I get showing them the real world and things like that, but like, why would you be so nasty? I'm like, why wouldn't you want to help them read? Why don't you want to help them write? Like, why are you not being a parent? You want the teachers to do things. Like, why are you not servicing your child, helping them with maybe their schoolwork, helping them have a better opportunity? Like, that's what I mean. Like, people don't pour into their children
because they're tired.
Because you chose to have the children.
They chose to make a decision. A lot of people made that decision for them to keep it. And because you're always on go. When you're always on go. The only time you're not on go is when everybody's asleep.
Yeah.
But after that, you're on go. And after years of doing the same thing, you get tired. So in their brain, I feel like when they turn 18, you're like, my responsibility is over. No, your responsibility has kind of transitioned. Now you can watch the fruit of what you've done. But there are a lot of things like. I don't have to do a lot of things anymore. So I'm at a space where
that's just the law.
Yeah,
that's the law that they're 18. But I'm saying if you don't prepare your kids, that's what I guess I'm saying. If you don't prepare your kids in the latter years, and I get you're tired if you're married and stuff like that, but like if you don't prepare your kids, how are they going to go out to do anything?
Because that was the teacher's responsibility. That's what they think. I don't know why parents.
No, and that's something. It's not really teacher's responsibility. It's you're here to service your kids. That's what I think. But I also think that people do lack villages. People do lack community. So that's another thing too. True. You have community, you have villages. That's why I'm like, people should use their village. People should use their community. But if you cut all your friends off, if you cut your single friends off, how can you have a date night if all y'all got kids? You can't have a date night.
Yep. And you have to take your kids everywhere.
Yeah, and that's why you're overwhelmed, because you have to take your kids everywhere. If you had a village and you have friends, you can take them to the single friend's house. They might not care. They might want to come over, like people who are child free. They're like, yeah, I'll watch your kids. I don't want my own kids. But so that's why you have to also because you need a village, you need community. And I think that's the whole thing about this. Is just like, we need to quit fighting this thing of like, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. I'm like, we're losing the plot of community, we're losing the plot of villages because everybody wants to do things on their own, or they don't want to do this, they don't want to show up, they don't want to do that. It's just like, no.
And it's hard to find a good village because these villages now is run down and it is in the dumpster, and they be trying to touch on your kids, and they be doing stuff to your kids, and it's like, woo, child.
Yeah, I used to babysit. I need to start babysitting again. I used to babysit kids. I was like making money.
Yeah.
I used to babysit all the time. Yeah, I used to babysit kids all the time. And then I got older, so I didn't babysit no more. But I was like, I wonder like people now, like if you need a babysitter, if you don't need a babysitter, or people go out, or people don't do anything. But to your point, like, I don't know, like when you I was like, what made you move to Dallas? Was that like, did you have family there? Was that just like a closest city because of the situation while you moved, or?
Well, Katrina, we left the day before. And I ended up in Alabama. I was pregnant with my daughter, and my son was like 3. And my mom, my entire family came out here, and I was there until October. So from late August, September until October, I was in Alabama. And my mom called, and she was like, y'all come here. And I had the conversation with their dad, and I was like, hey, what do you want me to do? And he was like, I don't know. That's up to you. I said, well, I'm leaving. And again, I was 21, 22.
Oh, gosh, what happened? What about Alabama? You just went to Alabama because it was closest to get out for Katrina.
Well, that's where because they had family. Their in-laws had family, so they accommodated us. My mom, we all left the same day. Instead of going with my mom and them, I came
with
I left with him. Yeah.
In Alabama, and then your family.
Yeah. And we wasn't together, but I still left with them. But I sat and I realized even at that time, like, do I really want to be around these people? Look how they trying to, like, it was just a lot that I had to, and I was like, yeah, no.
So
Yeah,
you moved to Dallas. And
yeah,
so now
because
you're family out there.
yeah, my cousin was on her way to Shreveport because my cousin came along with us. My cousin know their family. And so she was taking her kids to Shreveport once, everything was everything. And I ended up leaving with her. She got off the bus at Shreveport and I took the bus all the way to Dallas with myself.
Your son. With your son.
And I was pregnant with my daughter, but yeah.
Yeah, your daughter. Yeah, I was like, with your son, your daughter.
I've been here I've been here for 20 years.
And you like it?
Yes. But there's a part of me that wants to move. I just don't know where. Like, nowhere in the southern states. But I thought about it. I said, well, let me just take trips to different places. As you know, California is on my list. And so I am going to go see my best friend in California, probably in June. So I'm going to make that a June trip, a weekend trip. But yeah.
Okay.
I cannot. When I tell you, I am so, I have been here doing pretty much the same thing, changing jobs, just kind of getting my footing. So yeah, there's a part of me that actually just wants to just go. Don't know where, but I don't know.
I'm thinking about Dallas just a little bit because I'm in tech and I'm just like, do they pay good out there? People out there, but it's like the new influencer city. So I don't really want to. It's the new influencer city. Like everybody's an influencer in Dallas.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's all influence, all the families, families, single people, they all live in Dallas. I don't know how you don't know. I don't know if you go out to those spots and everything, but yes, so much. Yeah.
But
if you are in here, like this live, though, we have one more video that we can wrap up, but make sure you like this live. Tell us where you coming from or where you listening at. Let me do this last video.
Okay.
We can chat about it, and then we can get on our way. Okay.
Who decided that she didn't want to do girls trips before she met her hubby, and I really don't like to do them, and it's very rare if I do, and I prefer to go on a trip with like a couple or with my hubby. That lady lost me at the fact that it wasn't for the reason of the drama that girls trips can bring, right? The fact that there's always a brokey, there's always somebody that complains, there's always somebody that wants to like change the plans, there's somebody that like doesn't know how like time management. Okay, that's why I stopped doing girls trips, because it started to get fucking frustrating. I couldn't do it anymore. She literally said the reason why she don't want to do girls trip is because she feels like she's married and that she needs to be with her husband and her child. First of all, why the fuck do you want to bring your baby on the trip? Like, I don't want to go on a trip as a mom. I want to relax. That's not relaxing for me. Okay, that's a family trip. Number one. Number two, it's the fact that she doesn't have an identity outside of her husband, which is so weird. Like, what are you going to do if you guys don't make it as a couple or you get divorced? Like, what are you going to do? Like, you can't go anywhere or do anything without your husband because of the fact that he takes care of you. That is a red flag, sweetie. You need to figure that out. You need to get some therapy. But I was waiting for her to say something like that. I didn't expect it to be because of the fact that she can't do things alone without her husband or her child. Baby, I'll do a girls trip if I don't have to bring my daughter. I don't want to bring the toddler. I'll go. I will go. Okay. Like, I'm telling you, that's where she lost me. I'm like, girl, what? Like, no. So, sounds like her whole identity is wrapped up into being a mother and a wife. And it's really easy to slip into that, And it sounds like she has, like, an anxious attachment style, which very unhealthy. So, that's my take on that. I don't do girls trips for other reasons. Not because I don't want to leave my hubby and my daughter. I'll be gone. He's always telling me to go on a girls trip. I will be peace out, deuces. I don't give a fuck. See y'all later. Keep the house clean. Keep the kid alive. Here's some food in the fridge, bitch. I'm out of here. Fuck y'all. That's what I'm saying. I haven't done it yet, but I plan on doing that soon.
Excuse the language, but yes, like that's another thing too. Like this identity, I feel like people are wrapped up in it, and it's just like, Well, I was really researching the other day, like how do people create their personality? Like your identity should not be wrapped up into like titles. Like I said in my last live, like even your identity as a mom, and I'm not trying to be morbid, but like that can change. Like sadly, people can lose their children. You're still technically a mom, yes, but I'm just saying like that mom, that's a title, and how you're saying that 18 years old, you're still a mom, but that role changes. So I'm just like people are so into like I'm a wife, I'm a mom, yeah, but like who are you at your core? Because being a wife can change.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that, like, hopefully you don't, nothing happens to your kids, so hopefully you are a mom, but like, you could become an ex-wife.
Yeah.
Like, you're like wrapping your identity up and not saying that you don't have to serve your family, but like wrapping your, like, I'm a wife. Like, people be in like, people be in like, their bios be like, mom, wife. I'd be like, but we can tell that from your, like, you could tell that you're a mom and a wife from your Instagram. Like we don't need that to be in your bio. Like who are you? What's your personality? And I feel like so many times this world society is so wrapped in mom and wife, and that's why it's like sometimes I don't even want to be on Instagram. Like I'm tired of seeing like, I don't want to say I'm tired of seeing family content per se, but like mom, wife, family, my mom, wife, family content like this. It's just like what else? Like where is y'all personalities? Who are y'all outside of those identities? Like those being the only thing that y'all identify as.
A
They
lot
could
of
be
times
to
they
the
don't.
internet, but it's just like y'all only have these two titles.
But a lot of times they don't know their real identity. So they tie themselves in those two identities. And sometimes you be so busy. I can only when I'm looking at these women, they're so busy cleaning and cooking and doing all these things, taking care of the kids while the man works. Um, a lot of times they're so busy like in their day-to-day life that they never had the opportunity to stop, to figure out who they are. And that's why sometimes when the kids are older, they're okay with starting over because they're afraid to find out their real identity and who they are. They really believe that they're just built on this earth to be a mom.
Yeah. And it's like there's so many other things to do. And that's why I'm like, this lady, like I love her, but like she cooks her kids before she cooks her husband's kids separately before she cooks for her kids. I'm like, girl, let that man do something. Like you're going to burn yourself out. And I'm like, that's why there's so much burnout, because y'all don't go on girl trips. Y'all don't know yourself out there. Y'all don't have hobbies. Y'all don't like, it's okay. Get a babysitter and do something fun. All these other girls like, this girl's like, I'm not a this girl's like, I'm a wife, but I hate to cook, but I'm gonna cook for my husband. If you hate cooking, why are you cooking for your husband? Like it's just like you do so much things and then you feel like obligated out of it, but then you're burnt out because you don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be like, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that. And I'm like, so many times, like that's all we see. That's what all I see in Dallas. And like it's always like mom wife content. And it's just like, who are you outside of just being a mom and a wife? What's your career? Do you have a career?
Their career is being a content creator and showing everybody how to. I'm assuming that's how a lot of times these people do make their money, and they have so many kids. So they're like washing and cooking and I have a get ready with me while I get ready, 8 children before we go head out to the dentist. Oh my God, it is so hard. My husband, he works so hard, but when he gets home, I have to cook him.
It's all recycled. Now
I'm
not gonna say too much because I do want to be a stay-at-home mom, but I was doing this before. But I have a personality. I don't just be like mom. I'm still gonna go on my girl trips. I'm still gonna do I'm still gonna do things, and I feel like and that could be a difference of like when you have your kids too. Like people can fall into that trap because they could have been in their 20s or something like that. I'm like, still, because your kids do go away. So it's like, what else are you doing? Like, if all your identity is just wrapped in like being a wife, where are your friends at? What do you do for fun? Like, not saying you should love to be around your husband, but like, what do you do when he's not around? What are you doing when he's at work? What are your hobbies? And I feel like so many times that women don't be having hobbies.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
It's just clean. Well, I feel like YouTube, is your hobby kind of, right?
It is, but now, and I wanted to explain that this morning. My thing now in 2026 is to venture into some outside of here that I want to do like on a monthly basis, or, you know, go to some type of class, or where I'm really enjoying it. You know, like I go to a pole class. Like I done had fun at my pole class. Get in the pole community. You know, something.
I
But
do. I want to order a pole actually, but I'm like, where do I put that in my room?
I wish I could, but I can't.
I'm trying to order. My friend was like, maybe you should put it in your room. Let me go to a couple of pole classes. There's actually one. It was this week, but I don't know if it's gonna be canceled because of the snow. I'm like,
oh yeah,
class. I did it in Atlanta. It was so fun, but also it helps strengthen you and builds.
yeah. It does. I actually just, because now I'm really like, this is how my therapist described everything. She said, you were so busy driving a car. You're driving and driving, and everything you went through, I put it all in the back seat of the car. So it's all of my things, all of my trauma, everything, being a parent, all of it. Because I always had to just keep moving. I didn't have time, because they would say, hey, you don't need to be crying. Pick yourself up by the bootstrap. So again, even talking to y'all this morning, I was so embarrassed. I don't know how to that was embarrassing for me. I wanted to say that, but I was like, no. But it was embarrassing because I'm being honest. And being honest, you know, you let some stuff out. And so, like she said, now you came to a screeching halt. And so everything has come up to the front. So now you have to deal with all of it. And that's where I'm at. And I didn't know who I was. As I stated, once Aaron graduated, it was like I've taken that moment to try, you know, to get to know me. It's been a process. Like, it really has been a process. So now 2026 is about a whole lot of self-care.
Yes, I love that. Lakeisha said, even with the career, I want to be more than just my title. I just want to be Lakeisha. There's so much more than that. Yes, yeah. And I do think that too. Like, I don't think people should be wrapped up in career titles, because career titles change too. But I'm just like, something else. Like, what else can we do? Because title, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is a title is just a title. Who are you and what do you do?
Yeah.
And so I think that's something that needs to be talked about more. Like, I just want to be this. I just want to live. I just want to exist. I just want to have fun. I just want to, you know, find my hobbies and my hobbies. I feel like content creation did kind of start as a hobby, and it's more like a business now to me. Now I feel like I'm trying to go to the library more. Like, I like hobbies. Like, I like playing board games. So I'm intentionally like finding things in the library. Like, I want to play some board games, or like I want to go learn how to create something, or I want to go draw. Like, so now I use the library a lot for those things that I think about now. I also do think like I have books, like I need to read, but I am
my God.
I have a lot of books. I'm like, I could start reading books more, because when I was listening to you, you're like, this is my problem, because you were talking about on your live, you were like, yeah, I was watching TV and I wanted to kind of like talk to people about it, stuff like that. I'm like, maybe if I read some books, I should talk to people about it. But it's like, do I start a YouTube channel? But it's like reading books and TV shows totally different. It's like, who do I talk to about, like, do I start a book club, or do I just talk to myself about it, or do I just start another book? Like, it's like, I do want to get back. I listen to audiobooks a lot more. I really like audio dramas, and I'm trying to find them, but I can't really find them. But I'm like, if I could find an audio drama club, that would be so. It's like, I have books. I like to color, so I thought about, I was trying to go to a coloring event, but I wasn't able to make the coloring event.
Is there a coloring event?
What was at my library?
Oh, my mom used to know how to color so well. I don't. My kids can actually draw like really, really good. I can't. They get that from their dad, but I cannot draw. Like, so that's why I'm just trying to find my niche. But I love reading. I love reading. But there's
what?
Well, there's that. Have you been in that Facebook group? But if you actually recommend a book for me, yeah, I can. If you be like, hey, listen, I got a book I want you to read. All right, I'm gonna read it. But the Facebook group has that.
What Facebook?
Like Girls Read or something. Yeah, I'm in that, but I haven't been around it. I haven't been in it in so long. These women read books like it's none other. I be like, I read, but I don't read like them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I need a baby. Give me like a month. I used to do it in grad school. I would do like a month, but maybe we should do like a black. I really want to do a Black Girls Den book club, but I changed it to TV because I feel like it was easier to watch TV and rap. But I would love to do a Black Girls Den book club, and just like read a book a month or something like that, and then kind of like talk about it at the end of the month. But I feel like I need to build more of a community, and have that suggested.
That would be nice.
Yeah, doing that. That's 1, 2. Like I can read a book, but yeah, I do. So I was like, maybe I could just come here and talk about the books that I read, like what's on my bookshelf and stuff like that one day. But yeah, I do like to color, but I couldn't go to coloring. But I have coloring books, and so I was thinking about hosting like a coloring event. But that's just me. But I'm like, I'm tired of hosting because
yeah, I bet that's a lot.
Yes, I don't know if I want to do it virtually or whatever. Like let's come and color. Like it's basically like color and chat. Like we're coloring and chatting. But it's calming, and I'm thinking of like doing things that are like stress relief, like less stress, low effort, just color, let's write or something like that. So I'm thinking about different things like that, and then also that are budget friendly. Because sadly, what I really want to do is hop on a plane, but the way that this administration is going and traveling, I'm just not trying to deal with that. And then also don't know how much if I'm trying to spend all that money and stuff like that. So just trying to figure out different hobbies that are in my budget that are like accessible, I should say. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not even mad at it. I promise I'm not mad at it. I'm just trying to find my own thing. Like my son, he started like he bowls and he likes golfing now. So he's gotten into golfing. So yeah, I was like, I need to get back up with this idea.
Have you ever did like day dates with your kids? Like, do you do date nights with your kids or date? Like, have you ever thought about that?
I have never did that, but because everybody be at work.
Oh, but what about like one night?
Their schedule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, their schedules be so crazy, and I'm like, okay, I got to figure something out because I really wanted to do a taco bar. Like we did taco for Thanksgiving. And then Christmas, what did we do? I forget what we did for Christmas. But they just kind of do their own thing. Like everybody just do their own thing.
I seen I was asking because of all the family content on Instagram. It was like a couple, they're like, oh, we're doing family dinner nights on Fridays, like family Fridays or whatever. Or they're like, oh, they'll go on like dates with their kids or something like that, like once like their daughter. So I just didn't know if you ever did that. I was like, that'd be cool. I never did that when I was younger. Like, when I have kids, I'll do that.
I used to, but because like everything I got going, I can't. But once I get back to where I want to be, then we used to go eat and like, hey, let's go eat. And stuff like that.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this little live snowing. Do you have anything else to chat? Do we have anything else to chat about? Anything else you want to
add? I don't.
Okay. Well, yeah. Do you want to share about your the new series about your
Life Unscripted?
Yes, Life Unscripted. That's okay. I was like, what did I say?
So Life Unscripted kind of came from you, of course. So shout out to you. It is just me just kind of letting y'all in on who I am, the things I like in this journey. I'm just trying to go on to get to where I need to be, whether it's career, job, hobbies, weight loss journey. Like it's a lot of things that I'm trying to do. And I just want to let y'all in on that. Like, the things I go through, like the depression or the, all of it, the mental health of it, the regular day-to-day of me, hopefully being able to travel. So be vlogging all of my travels. So yeah.
Okay, vlogging your travels. That's what I'm talking about. Well, yeah, if you know me already. I'm trying to be like my girl Queen One because baby, she be live. She don't be live. She be posting videos on much. I'm gonna be the live girl because I don't really like to edit. But I have a couple of series that I'm working on, so I would love for you all to subscribe and stay around. I don't know how I'm gonna do Lessons from the Den, but this is something that I do want to do a little bit more. But I have, as I said earlier, I have the Black Girls in Hair Salon. The Black Girls Den Salon, not Hair Salon. Main Character Monday. And I have another series that I can't think of right now.
Is it a Wednesday series?
No, it's not.
Tomorrow I'll be on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's Main Character Monday.
Okay.
Main Character Monday. Oh, the Black Girls Salon is 2 times a month, a Saturday, and then First Sundays. That's what I forgot. So First Sundays is every Sunday. No, every first Sunday of the month, where we talk about a TV show. This February, since it's the love month, we're going to talk about Living Single and the romantic relationships on that. And then February 21st, we're going to talk about something about like navigating life single after the holidays. Do you want to come on that one? I'm trying to do like a panel discussion. It's February 21st. We could talk about it offline.
Yeah.
If you want. But February 21st, because all the holidays are gone, Valentine's Day. So just want to talk about kind of like navigating singleness after that, and kind of how people are dating in their 30s and stuff like that. So that's kind of, well, dating, I guess, 30s, however old you are, whatever. But that's going to be for February. So that's what I'll be doing for February. And then we'll do Main Character Monday again. I'm trying to go live at least once a week. And then regularly I post my podcast on here on Wednesdays at 12 o'clock. Thank you, Lakeisha. Yes. So that's what we're doing. I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional about my platform in 2026. That's my goals. I'm working on that. Okay. Yes, TTT. So yeah, that's what we have going on here. Like she said, tomorrow we'll be live at 8 o'clock. I have a therapist coming, somebody from wellness, and then I have you, Kiwan, as well. So a little panel discussion about girlfriends. Like I'm trying to finish watching all that. That's what I'll be doing tonight. And we'll just go from there. But I hope you enjoyed this little pop-up live discussion. I need to do a part 2 about protecting the wombs, because that just stresses me out. Yes, share this channel, share this video, like it. Go check out Kiwan _J _TV's channel. I wish we could put it up in here. But yeah, go to her channel if you're interested in any TV show. She reviews 85% of the TV shows. Yes, like the live period, and we will see you all tomorrow if you're going to come tomorrow. If not, we'll see you all next month. So talk to y'all later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.